Maybe. Is it working? It's
Yep,
working.
yep.
Well, don't do this. We're back. As you can see, the old guys are here. I'll just say the text thread was lively with the who's gonna come, who's not. Um, well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave it at. Uh, there's no Matt's cards like we were talking about behind the scenes. However,
I got nothing to share today.
I'm gonna go at the YouTube people, not the YouTube people. Nah, Twitter people, all you fun people over there. As I know you guys come in and I know you guys see everything. All I want you to do is hit subscribe on YouTube. There is an annoying number that I've been looking at, and I hate odd numbers, and it is the thing that is driving me nuts. Every time I look, it's like, okay, it's this number.
Yeah.
I'm like, just one person. Honestly, just one person will change that.
2 people.
No, I swear. You know what? 3 people. No,
but in all seriousness, like if you follow us on one thing, subscribe on it. Like just follow us on all platforms because it helps out. You know? Like
it does help everything out. And it makes it so I can shove it in Matt's wife's face. Hey, we have this many subscribers on YouTube. And I'll make that joke. I will, so you don't have to, because I'll I'll do that for you. I'm trying to think anything else before Matt shares his tearful moments that he had.
Actually, let's talk about the video game first before we get into the game.
Yeah, we were talking about whether we wanted to, and now it's real. Let's just be fair here. Now it's real. Now we know it's real.
Yeah, so on Friday there's going to be a lacrosse video game dropping, which is pretty sweet. It's done by the same folks who've done the Casey Powell game, almost 10 years ago now. It looks like it's got a bit of updated graphics and tuned to the modern era of video games, which is cool.
Right.
And then I think it's going to be 30 or I think 30, which is
39. 39, yeah, I think I heard. Either way, it doesn't. The number, honestly, the number doesn't really matter.
And if you are a fan of lacrosse, go out and buy it.
Yes.
It's only going to help.
Yep.
I know a lot of us want to see like an EA Sports level game, whether it's through PLL or NCAA, but none of that happens if projects like this aren't supported, because they're never going to do it if they don't see that something like this has a lot of behind it, right? Like, so
I was gonna say, we talked about the TFL and how if you want more products for college to buy it, this is the same with this. If you want a PLL version, you buy this. Trust me, because they'll market this.
Because you bet your ass Paul and Mike are watching to see how this goes as soon as they saw this was coming out.
And it sounds like the developers. I thought it was fake for the longest time, but it sounds like the developers already have a PLL app, so they've already partnered with the PLL.
Yeah, they made an app for them. Yep.
We hit a weird YouTube algorithm, by the way. I could see the comments, so I just want to point that out. Shout out the bots. That's all I'm gonna say.
So that'll be cool. Drops Friday. I think we can also touch on NIL for a minute.
Go ahead. You know what? My hands are tied. That's all I'm going to say.
So, was it yesterday they announced that Brian Blair announced? I think yesterday.
Yes, because it was yesterday. Yesterday, the other tweet came out about everything else.
Yeah, so they announced the new One Syracuse or whatever the hell it's called initiative, which I know a lot of people that like football or basketball aren't their main sport are kind of up in arms about, which I can understand. But still support the college. I'm sure that, and Brian's even come out and said via Twitter that he's hearing feedback. They're going to add some more flexibility. And Dan and I were talking before we went live that like pointed fundraising is really beneficial for Olympic sports and non-revenue sports, because they have such a smaller pot to work with that like even something like a $500 donation for something like rowing could have a huge impact, like as opposed to that might not even be a drop in the bucket for basketball or football, right? But like if you have a rowing alum that's like, oh, I want to give $500 to rowing, that could actually really make an impact on that program, right? So I love the idea of them being like, all right, we're hearing what you're saying, we're going to work with it.
Yeah.
So
you spoke to it, but I'll speak to it from my side. I've talked to a couple of people who are lacrosse only people. I'll just say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the frustration is we talk NAL from lacrosse. This is an NCAA problem. This isn't just an SU problem. Trust me, because it's the same issue. SU is the best example because they have the most. I'll use Maryland for this example. So just side note, Maryland. If Maryland lacrosse fans donate to Maryland lacrosse, they want it to go towards lockers. They want to go towards equipment. They want it to go towards this. The issue that I'm hearing from people, and this is just general, this isn't Syracuse pointed, they don't want it to go towards Maryland football, right? Maryland football already has 75,000 donors of $10, right? So they're making you do the math. Obviously, I'm terrible at math when it comes to this, but like versus where you're talking about, where it's although lacrosse is a revenue sport for Syracuse, it's not in a sense, right? Because they're being outweighed by the two bigger sports.
Yep.
So I like what Blair did. I like the correction. Without criticizing Wild Heck, Blair actually listens and has listened so far. So I hope that goes the way it does, because it's tricky, right? Because they announce it when the men's and women's are away. So I'm assuming the men's are in South Bend at this point, or maybe they aren't. But when they announce it, they have a picture with football and basketball.
Yeah.
So immediately there's that, okay, are you promoting football and basketball? Or are you promoting all sports?
Yeah. Yeah. Because really, just if you look at the college sports landscape, right, both football and basketball are pretty much an arms race at this point, right? Like, so everybody knows that. Anybody who's tuned in enough to have season tickets or whatever else knows all this stuff.
Yeah.
Then it just optically doesn't look great, right? Like,
and I could say the flip side, right? So I think it's Lobdell, and I'm going to butcher the last name. The basketball kid's parent who's raising the money, right, for basketball. Let's say he raises $7 million. Let's just say, hypothetically, and now it go towards 4 different sports. All right. Well, did he want to do that? Does it benefit SU? Yes. However,
but he's going to want his money to go to basketball,
right?
Yep.
Yep.
Like 100%.
And I don't disagree with the initiative is great because the community needs to fundraise. Go ahead.
Anybody who has a half a brain in their head, or anybody who's done any kind of fundraising before, like worked for fundraising, knows that like if people can point their donations to something that they care about, they're more likely to keep doing it, right? Like, and I gave Dan the example before we went live that, I went to Canisius for my undergrad. I was an RA there. So when I give my yearly donation, I wanted to go to Res Life because that's something that I was a part of for 3 years. I really care about that. And yes, is my measly $20.09 really going to make all that much of a difference? No, but I'm happy to know that at least maybe it's helping one RA on one of their programs, right? Like, and I'm more like keep doing it because I know it's going there. If it just goes into a pot and I don't know where it's going, I'm not more likely to keep doing it, right? So,
and I did see a lot of tweets from. There's somebody that we know. I'm not going to mention him. I saw it from the football side too. Like, if this goes towards other sports, count my donation out. So I hope they revamp it quick because they're about to lose a lot of donors that they don't want to lose. I'm just going to say it that way. And it's not even like the big donors, right, Matt? We know that the $20 million people are still going to go. It's, you said the $20. That's a great example, right? I donate the mandatory donation for lacrosse every year. No issue. If I have to go above that and it goes towards another sport, we may have an issue. And that may be a conversation to have amongst my family. Obviously yours, like obviously lacrosse fans.
Yeah, I mean,
And
if
it's
you have
not gonna,
if you have 100,000 people who are donating $20 each,
yeah,
that's $2 million. Like that adds up quick,
yeah.
right?
It
Like,
it,
and
it
if you're cutting that in half, like
yep.
that's a big difference, in the grand scheme of things. So
Yep.
because then let's say there's $250,000 of random people giving money to lacrosse. Well, now if there's someone who gives a general donation, that $250 that maybe they would have put towards lacrosse, they don't have to because there's directed donations, right? Like,
Yeah.
so it all kind of helps each other, like,
yeah.
So
We could do a whole episode on this. Let's be honest. We can do a whole episode talking points about the fundraising. But people don't come to hear us talk about fundraising. They come to hear Matt's love of a certain player, who gets inside info, who gets featured. Well, not Matt. His son gets featured in su.syracuse.com articles. They go for that. They go for
Shailers are famous, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's ironic because you have a cousin in Maryland. But like, I'll start with the senior introductions. We'll start there, right? Because that might have been the most funeral crowd I've ever heard for senior introductions, and that's a pet peeve of mine. Like
I was like the only one in my area standing up and clapping the whole time.
I may or may not have been eating. Your biggest fan is here. I may have not been eating, but I stood up when Joey. I stood up when Riley. Like the people that I knew.
Yep.
Like that kind of, obviously Jimmy, like idiots that think they were booing him. I got news they weren't. They were saying the cool. That is yeah. I thought Joey got the loudest ovation, and I'll say it that way. You'll agree. I know you will.
Yeah, you would expect that,
Yeah. I thought Riley was the most underrated ovation. I think people are starting to realize
how good he is.
Shout out to his dad. I love it. His dad's a great follow on social media.
Rich is awesome.
Yeah. But like, I think
fan of the show, Mr. Fig.
Mr. Fig. We're gonna post that clip, just that part. Shout out to Mr. Fig. But no, like all the players that got introduced, right? Yeah. Billy Dwan gets it. Jimmy gets it. Chuck, Jordan.
Yeah.
And then the guy behind me goes, "Oh, that's the whole defense. You're gonna have to rebuild the entire line." Like,
well, and that's where that guy doesn't realize that Riley redshirted his freshman year because he had a knee injury.
I know, but that's that guy. That's the same guy who made the comment that I'm going to talk about once we talk about breaking the points. Everybody gets introduced. You're like, okay, Riley's back again. Okay, Billy's gone. I think Chuck's gone.
Yep.
I think so.
Only ones on the defensive end that should be back are Jimmy and Riley.
Yep. Well, and then I'm gonna ask you the question in the offseason. I'm not gonna ask you right now.
So also, while we're talking about senior day, the attendance was 64.98. We can do better, people. I know it's just Colgate.
I'm not gonna do it.
But when I saw that number and I saw the people there, like I was like, this group deserves better, and it was very frustrating.
I'll make this guarantee
how little people were there.
I'll make this guarantee. We'll make a side bet about something on the side. There will be more people for the first round of the NCAAs.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Like, and you know what's funny? Like,
I mean, it didn't help the weather was nice too, so people might have been doing stuff out or whatever.
I just want to point out the traffic at Syracuse was amazing. It literally took me 20 minutes from where I was to get there.
Yeah. Did you park over on the west side?
I parked in Ray.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I always park in Ray. I don't have my connection, Matt. Sorry, I can't have the connection.
No, I have to park over in UAG. I don't get parking.
Really?
No.
It's a Listen, that goes into my ticket. You're gonna make me rant about parking. You're gonna make me rant about them letting general parkers come into the Ray lot and fill up the Ray
Well, I
lot, and
haven't
then
been
wonder
lately
why.
because of the 81, but
Listen, that's a zoo because you got to go down. This is going to be too inside baseball for other people, but Matt will understand. You got to go up past the hospital to Irving,
yep,
all the way to the VA garage. Turn right, go down, and then go all the way around to come back to Ray.
yep, yeah. It actually has been nice to park over in UAG because I've been coming down 481 to 690 and then getting off at Teal and going that way up instead of over by 81. And we get in within 5 minutes, and then I get out within 5 minutes because I go out the garage and towards like Erie Boulevard way and like get away from any traffic whatsoever.
Listen, shout out my job. That's all I'm gonna say because that's how I got closer this time. I'm not gonna acknowledge him anymore. He is all yours.
I don't see any comments on the YouTube.
Oh, good, because unless he's on YouTube, I can see it. There's like two random like highs from like two random people on YouTube, and then there's your super fan. He said your super fan gave you the traffic shout out. I'm not going to give him any credit because he texted me like an hour before the game and said, "Are you there yet?" That happens. People start filing in, and I think with the traffic, I had a general thought that there would be more people coming in late.
Yeah, like it had been the past couple games.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, it's gonna fill up, and then you get to the first quarter, and it's like, okay, I guess like nobody cares. We're gonna talk up to the Splina record, and then we'll obviously go. Michael Leo is motivated by being drafted. I think people are seeing that now. There's another player who got motivated by the draft, and he didn't get drafted, but we'll get there as a whole.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about the first couple minutes?
So the first goal was Leo in a fast break, right?
Yep.
And then did he have the second goal? Oh no, and then Joey stole the ball on the clear, which was a great play. Yeah. Which was like everybody likes to compare him to Mikey Powell. That was like a Mikey Powell-esque play.
I'm gonna clip that part.
And so then like the funny part was so he gets that goal, right? And then from then until when he finally broke the record, it was like every time he got the ball, it was tense. Like you could feel it in the crowd, just waiting. For
it and I think
he got the ball.
I don't want that to play in the background. I see what you're saying now. I was looking at the YouTube. I was seeing because I can't see any comments either.
You just see it on the back end.
I can see it on the back end. I can see everything on the back end. Unfortunately. It also felt like so Leo goal like was like okay, and then the Joey goal was like okay, now we're there. Now we just got to get to the record. And every time they came down, you could tell they wanted him to get it done because it was just pass the ball to Joey, pass the ball to Joey. Yeah. It wasn't even pass the ball around; it was pass the ball to Joey.
Yep.
And then I'll put it this way. Go ahead.
No, are you talking about the Leo goal?
The Leo goal. The filthy between the legs, like nothing. I thought he had shot it live when he went under the legs. Like I thought that, and then you see the replay, and it's like, oh. And this is going to be a theme for every goal. I think I don't know if it was said in the group or it was said out loud to me. Top 10 or pipe.
Yeah.
Because every goal was just okay. Like, obviously, the Joey points record goal was just like I think you said it. Typical Syracuse. Okay, we're gonna run and gun, and we're gonna do this.
Yep.
And then go ahead.
That Leo goal, between the legs fake. Like, so Mikey Diggs Diggs Tape on Twitter. He's
Yep.
like promoted this concept, and it's like kind of spread lacrosse community wide. It's called ADAP. So whenever possible, you do the goalie as dirty as possible. ADAP, as dirty as possible. So he had a little clip. I want to actually play the audio of it because it was hilarious. Yeah, fine. I think this is it.
You better have it.
Yeah,
I can't rant. I can't rant tonight.
Yeah, I got it. So this is his little clip that he made about it.
Hey, you what? Nah, y'all mess around made me tap in because Mike Leo got that phone call from the woods and now he acting different. This is how I know you guilty on charges of premeditated disrespect. You just caught the ball. Why is your back to the goal? It's crazy. He's basically in the crease and the goalie can see the number on the back of his jersey. I swear on everything, if I see you do the Salim Miniman this summer, it's on site. The ball is at midfield. Mike already see the numbers on the break. Like, please throw me this ball so I can make the goalie go viral. Ain't nothing down there. Turn it red. How you style so hard on the fake, you finish it regular. And that goalie mad. Like, yo, y'all did not just get me clipped. I'm just glad I had representation in the booth of this game. Jules, good looking out for telling these people what it is. Completely unnecessary, but that is your sovereign right when you have a chance to do the goalie as dirty as possible.
Oh, I'm going to do it anyway.
So that was his little clip that he made, which was so funny. Oh my god! But yeah, that was awesome.
It was viral though. That went viral because that play took off like crazy.
Yeah.
Like as it should.
So Joey's interception and then that goal like completely juiced up everybody, and then
I
think literally the next goal was Joey's, right?
And then Matt's tearful moment. Let's get all the fake tears out of the way. You get paid to cry by certain people.
Yeah, so Colgate scores 2 to go, only down 1, and then with 3 minutes left in the
first, I think it was in the first.
Well, and that's what we talked about last week, right? Get it done and get it over with, and then move on to the rest of the game.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the play, obviously. This is why Matt's here. I bring Matt on to talk all Joey. He doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't care about a Jake Spalina getting a goal, which, trust me, that was a juice goal. But we'll get there. We'll get there for the juice goals. I think you said it. Like I said, I think that was the most Syracuse play possible to get a record.
That was Brian that in our group chat. He goes,
okay,
the
Brian
most Syracuse
said it.
way to break a record right there.
Yeah. Like,
which he wasn't wrong.
But like,
it's
like,
so funny.
that's a good. When he throws, whenever you throw the behind the back passes, and it's easy to see it on TV where it's going. Yeah. When you're watching that live, it looks like it's going past the goal every single time I've watched it back. And then Leo comes out of nowhere and just buries.
Yeah. Well, I saw,
go ahead.
I think it was either that play or the Leo between the legs one. John Stark retweeted it with the caption, "You should see practice." And I was like,
that was the Joey record. Joey record.
Yeah, because I was like, I would love to go watch that.
Listen,
one of their practices.
We know you have an in. That's all I'm gonna say. We know you have an in. My one annoyance. And this is a pet peeve. I stood up. The death stares I got from people for standing up when he got the assist. Like, I was like, come on. Like, you know the importance.
Yeah.
Like, just stand up. And
people
then everybody started
amount of time, which I was happy about, at least.
But they stood up after that, and I was happy. Like, my funny comment, and I made it to you behind the scenes. A guy behind me, I don't know how long he's been going. He's been going for years. Thinks he knows everything. Trust me. I heard Colgate loves chaos. Colgate loves chaos. I heard it 15,000 times during the game. He said to his buddy, he goes, "Well, finally Joey deserves to wear 22." And I was like, We're really gonna start this already? Like, you don't know how much he meant to the program already, and you've been going for years.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing is there was literally someone on Twitter like literally within an hour of him breaking it, being like, there should be an asterisk because
Yeah.
it's the shot clock era. Duh, I'm a keyboard warrior. Duh. Like, shut up, dude. Like,
Hey, you know who wasn't unhappy about that goal besides Syracuse fans?
who?
Maryland fans, because they're like, oh, well, he can do this in the pros now. Like, not against us, but
Yep.
like, I heard a lot of Maryland fans cheering.
I loved
Go
the
ahead.
videos of the Powell brothers too.
Yep.
That was really cool. They had that. They featured on the broadcast, but then they posted them on social medias too.
Yep.
And I love that both Ryan and Mike were like, finish this out right. Go get yourself a ring. Like,
Yeah.
I loved all that stuff. So
that was cool. That was cool because I wasn't expecting that, but you can tell
Yeah.
that they had it ready. And
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Like you can tell at some point it was broadcast, right? Like they recorded it probably going into this week, honestly. Like,
yeah.
It would have been funny, but it would have sucked. And I hate to say it this way. I can make this joke now. It would have been funny. Like you get everything pre-recorded and somehow he gets held pointless. And then you're like, okay, crap. We got to push this out to the NCAA playoff. Like, congratulations.
Yeah.
Because that's the next time you're going to get that, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward to, I think we're good on the Joey, unless you got anything else that you want to add on that.
I mean, I know we're going in order, but he finished total with 7 points, 2 goals, 5 assists. And so he's at 313 now.
I think he got a goal right on the next. He got a goal in the next goal, too. I think he had another one.
Goal, too.
Yeah.
And Finn had a BTB goal. There was like just, it was ridiculous.
Okay, so I think the pipe count at the end of the first quarter was 15, and then it jumped to like 100 by the end of the second quarter, I think, because it was just
in my notes,
every spin shot. Go ahead.
In my notes, I have Thompson hit 352 pipes.
Yeah, like everything, and it was on the money too. Like it wasn't even like it was so close to going in. If it drops down an inch, it's in.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's when you hit the pipe, you're that far off, right? Like,
yeah.
And he made up for it in the second half.
Did he? Did he, Matt? Did he? We're gonna get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, he went from shooting 1 of 13 to 4 of 16.
I lost all my stats. I love it. I'll talk about the annoyance. There is one annoyance I had, and we talked about it before.
Oh, the challenge.
The challenge. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
However, it's the second quarter. There's 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
At that point, I think this is where I wish they had it. I don't think they have it for the box because I can't tell when it happened. I'm just trying to look naturally so it was 3-6. That's what I wanted. It's not like it's a 1-goal game and it ties. That's my annoyance.
At the end of the game, or something.
And it's at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I have to clarify. So when I said in the group, terrible challenge, that's not on Gary. I know that. He's getting told by somebody in his ear. Let's just say Aquavino for the sake of argument.
Yeah, who has the iPad or was watching or whatever. Yeah.
Whoever's watching the iPad told him the challenge. I know you said it. On the first look, it was close. And then you see like the reverse angle, or I think it was the reverse angle, and you're like, oh, yeah, he's not even close. Like he's a couple inches off the line. Like, and it's easy to have the discussion. Like, it's easy to have that discussion.
Yeah.
So, and we'll see a theme here because the same guy who said Joey finally deserved to wear 22 called us the Twilight Zone for the refs because we got another phantom over in the back call that doesn't make any sense, that will never make any sense. I'd love for somebody to come on and explain the over and back rule.
Yeah.
And I almost pulled the mat 75 times every time it happened to them because it happened before 60. And every time they were screaming, why isn't that over the back? And I almost pulled the mat. I almost turned around and I almost lectured them, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, and then the refs robbed Fig of his first career goal.
Yeah.
Which even when I rewatched it, the broadcasters didn't even know what they called.
It's
because there wasn't. The only thing they said they could have thought of was maybe we were offsides.
That's what it was. They called offsides live. They did call offside. My only thing with that, and it's a frustration with the refs. You know they're offsides before he shoots. You can't tell me you don't see it before he shoots.
Yeah, call it before that. Yeah,
call it because the dome reacts. They do the lights, and it's
yeah.
And it's
I felt so bad
because
everybody was so excited for him.
The place went nuts.
Well, he never goes over the midfield line. So the fact that he went over kind of funny. And he actually scored, like people are going nuts.
Can you imagine being rich? We talked about his dad before. Can you imagine you see that, you see him finally get the shot?
Yeah.
And
I'd be livid.
Yeah. Well, the refs were going to ref. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to be nice about the refs because there wasn't it wasn't like a terrible, it wasn't anything terrible. I mean, you do have Syracuse giving up the first goal of the year to Tristan Schaefer, in the first, that was a crazy one. The other thing that I noticed leading up to halftime, they didn't have hands on the shooters. So Jimmy had some wide open shot, not wide open, obviously, but I must have lost my voice screaming hands in the first half because I was like, just get your hands on, get your stick on his hands.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had anything else for the first half. So we'll.
Nothing specific about the first. Though I guess the only thing that I could say, in general, that ties into the first half is this was very reminiscent of the Air Force game again, where I wish we had pulled away faster.
Yep.
And just stepped on their throats. I mean, we still end up winning by 7, so it's still, but
that was the closest 14. I was gonna say that's the closest 14-7 game. That's what I thought. That's the closest.
And
go ahead.
That's kind of the story of this team this year compared to last year, right? Last year was very much we're gonna dump 18 on you, but we might let you score 17. Where this team, I mean, half the games this season that the team they played against hasn't scored over 10, right?
And they're playing make it take it, right? We can bleed this into the second half in this way.
Yeah.
Johnny gets those key face-offs when he needs to.
Yeah.
And then you're holding the ball for 30 seconds. That bleeds 30 seconds every time.
Yeah. Yeah, literally half of our games this year, our opponent has not scored more than 10. And there's a couple where
we're gonna
11, so
and we did forget one thing about the first half. I'm gonna hold you to this one, actually. The Luke Rolla goal, where we both had the same reaction.
Which one?
Do you know what that was? The Luke Rolla goal, where you and I both said at the same time that's why he got drafted.
Oh yeah.
When he just stung it, that was a wind up and shoot. And I got news for Syracuse people: you're going to see him doing that in the PLL every weekend,
and it's going to be a 2-pointer in the PLL.
Yeah. Aside from that, go ahead.
Either Max or my wife said something about that. And I go,
Your wife. I think you said your wife because you said it in the text.
yeah. So she said, because I got my wife invested in the draft. She was excited to see all the boys get drafted. And so she's been paying a little bit more attention. And she said like literally the same comment. And I showed her the text and I was like, Dan literally just said that.
Yeah. Like I think we'll have, so we saw some draft. So a side note on that, we saw some training camp. I haven't seen them all get dropped yet.
Oh yeah, I should look those up so we can share those.
If you want, we'll do it next week. We'll do that next week. We'll
they're all out.
All that. Yeah. I saw the Atlas because I know you shared that. I didn't see anybody else's, but I saw the Chaos practicing. So somebody was obviously there.
Yeah, the first 4 teams practiced today. It was Whips, Cannons, Atlas, and Chaos, I think. So
okay. Back to this because nobody comes here for our PLL takes, Matt. I got news for you. They don't like our PLL takes.
Was it first half or second half where McCool almost had a goal too? Was it first half?
First half.
Where he just bounced it over?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted that one so bad too.
That would have been amazing. Well,
and that's a good segue into I know we had a few missed clears, but I thought for the most part we did a relatively good job against the 10-man. And a lot of the time got it up and out quickly. And didn't give them a chance to get into it. And I know, you look at the Syracuse fan page and it's a cesspool and everybody's going off about it. But I don't think it was that bad. Like I thought. So how many did we miss? What was our?
I was gonna say I'm pulling up the same.
We missed 4.
They have it as 4. Yeah. So I think the thing that people need to realize though is a lot of those when they were playing pretty, passing the ball back and forth between defensemen and everything, and there was a couple of times when they got the ball out quick. It's an easy scenario. It's an easy thing. Whether it's Saboen, whether
we didn't miss a clear in the second half. So we must have made some kind of adjustment.
You know what the adjustment is? Give the ball to Jake Spalina and let Jake run by everybody, or give it to Dante Bowen and run by everybody. And Kittleberger. I mean, Bolagnino had plays like that's. We joked about the age, but there's a lot of young guys on this team. I need to tell people this. There are a lot of contributing young guys that.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about? Go ahead.
I wasn't as upset about the clears. I thought, considering where this team was at the beginning of the year with the 10-man ride versus today, and that's another, tip to Gary's cap of his scheduling. 2 or 3 of the first teams we played were 10-man ride teams, so we had a trial by fire against teams that you had a little bit more leeway on. And you saw it pay off last week and this week against Virginia and Colgate.
Right. It's just funny. I'll tell you about there's something that I noticed, but we're not gonna do it here. Jeb's goal in the second half. I'm into the second half. I'm into the second half because the Finn show in the second half. That was my one note for that. And then I'll get out of your way for this one, brother to brother, and go ahead.
Oh, that was awesome. The Jake to or Joey to Jake goal, and he said Joey had said he was more excited that happened than the point record, and that was the first time that it happened since high school. So that was really cool that happened on senior day too. What a storybook kind of moment, So that was really cool. And to see them run at each other, so excited and all that. It was, it was really sweet. That was awesome.
Right. Finn gets the goal on the man up.
His loose ball rake and flip it over his shoulder. Too. Yeah. That was right on par with Leo's goal.
You want to talk about players that are made for box lacrosse? He is one. 1,000% made for box lacrosse, and
Yep.
that's not like a criticism. He is going to be high in the NLL.
I think the projection is Joey and him 1 and 2.
Right.
Like that's
because
the
Joey's got the inside game because he's learned the Canadian style.
Yep.
And then Finn obviously has it. The thing that I was saying before, you could tell that Finn was motivated by the draft, whether you want to say it, whether you want to not.
Yeah.
Like you could tell.
Yep.
Because like he was ripping right off the bat. He was trying to shoot everything. There wasn't like a look to pass.
Yeah.
It was, I'm going to put on a show. I'm going to get invited to a PLL training camp or the combine, which I still don't know anything about. I got to do more research.
I don't understand how that's going to be done mid-season, but anyways.
That's a PLL episode.
I would be surprised if by the end of the season he's not on a roster somewhere. And I actually put in, I think, the Stick Talk group me that he would be perfect to be paired up with Joey.
Yep.
On the whips, because like, let's be honest, Matt Rambo is halfway out the door in terms of retirement. Like he played in I think 4 games last year, so unless he got in crazy shape in the offseason, he's probably not playing much, right?
I can answer that for you without knowing what he did in the offseason. The answer is no, because we both know as you get older, it is a lot tougher to stay in shape. Yeah.
And so, you got Joey, you've got Rob Pennell, and you've got TJ Malone, which is all great, but Joey and Rob fulfill the same kind of role, right?
Yeah.
If you look at, I think the Atlas are a perfect recipe for your type of attack line. So you got Xander Dixon, who's a crease attackman who's going to catch and finish anything you've got. You've got Jeff T, who's a good dodger and shooter, but his main thing is passing. And then you got Connor Schellenberger, who's your dodger and shooter and scorer. Right. And so you've got TJ Malone to fill the Connor Schellenberger role. You've got Joey to fill the Jeff T role. Pick up Finn, and he's your Xander Dixon. And then you've got your recipe there. And then you use Rob as your kind of coach mentor to Joey.
Yeah. A PLL notice side, and I'll bounce this off of you. So I'll bounce this off of you, and then that's where my knowledge of PLL goes out the door right now. Is there possibly a way where he goes the Rabel route of player/coach? Because he's kind of transitioning. Yeah.
Maybe. I almost view him like kind of like how there's a couple guys who are backup goalies who like Brian Phipps and Adam Gittleman, even though Gittleman retired this year, but the last couple years he hasn't seen like any time. He's the guy with the iPad. Right. He's almost like a pseudo coach kind of.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not saying official, but like as a player.
Yeah, but I also wouldn't be surprised if after the season Rob retires.
Yeah.
Too, because he's getting up there in age. And now they've got a person to kind of replace him in terms of their style of play and stuff too. But yeah, I'm interested to see how Joey, Rob, and Rob do on the same line because they're very similar players. But yeah, I think Finn would be an easy no-brainer for that team to fill in as a crease attackman. But like I said, I'd be surprised if by the end of the season he wasn't on someone's roster because he's too good of a finisher, even though he went 4 for 16 this week. But
I know that's the worst part. Somebody's gonna see that and they're just gonna be like, okay, you guys said he was great. He went 4 for 16. I got news. If he aims,
he's got 30 goals. He's leading the team in goals. So
yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. If he hits half of those pipes and they go in, he has almost 40 goals. Like I think that's the thing that people need to realize. Like
well, if you look at his stats, one game he was 4 out of 6, 2 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 for 4, 3 for 6, 2 for 6, 3 for 6. Like those are all good statistics. So
okay.
Like literally, he had 16 shots on Saturday.
Yeah.
The next highest was 8 in a game.
Yeah.
So he was just ripping and gripping, I should say, instead of backwards.
Well, but I mean, I know I don't want to do this. 4 for 8 versus 4 for 16, Matt. Michael Leo got drafted, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm just playing the devil. I'm just playing the Syracuse fanboard.
You're good.
Like,
You're playing the Syracuse fanboard. Is
the
that
other,
what you said?
yeah. The other thing that I noticed, and it's an aside, and I don't think we got a chance to talk about it for the PLL draft part.
Mm-hmm.
The interview that Joey did after, where he was asked, "Who do you want to wear 22?" I thought was a very interesting answer. And you could tell Papa Joe was like, "Don't answer this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't bite into this."
Yeah.
But it goes aside to the thing next year. Obviously, the season isn't over. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
His dad's advice. Go ahead. I think we're going to say the same thing. His dad's advice was amazing. Yeah. And his dad's answer. I love his dad's answer.
Remind me what his dad said. I forgot what his dad said.
His dad said, "You don't understand the pressure of being 22 walking into Syracuse until you actually put it on."
Yep. Well, and that was my point of, like 22 versus 1 at Maryland, right? Like,
yeah,
there's always a 1 at Maryland, right?
Yeah.
Like, where 22, it's you have to be ready and deserve it. Like,
yep.
And be ready to take that on, because it's heavy is the holder of the crown, or whatever. What's that phrase? I forget what the hell that phrase is, but
I'm terrible at that. I know what you're trying to say.
But yeah, so it's a lot, and it's not just your performance on the field. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. So if there's not a 22 next year, honestly, that's okay. Like,
yeah, I think
that's what happened.
We have our thought
the year after Hardy, or no, was it not Hardy? Was it
Jordan?
No, was there a gap between Hardy and? Yeah, so the year, but there was a year between Mikey and Dan Hardy, because Mike graduated in 04 and then Hardy started in 06.
Yeah,
like that's a perfect example of like, don't force it. Like, if there's someone, and I also like, if anybody's gonna understand that, it's Gary, right? Like, so if they give someone 22, then I'm like, okay, then he felt they were worthy of that, or like could handle that, right? Like, so they showed the stats of like all the 22s.
Yeah,
and it was so depressing to see.
Well, and
Jordan Evans, 98 points.
I know. I don't want to.
I felt so bad for him.
We're not going to shame Jordan. A quick side note to that: there was a comment made on Twitter, and you responded to it perfectly. I'm going to give you a little shout out for this. There was a comment made. Let's do a draft of the all-time attackmen, and if you want to go back and watch, we did an episode of drafting our all-time
teams. Yep,
just team. So that's a side note. It is on the channel. I don't know what
there's nothing there posted that, right?
Yeah. Matt set him up perfectly. Did he watch it? I'm not going to say if he did or not, but Matt, however, tried to promote it so he would watch it. So
yeah, you can't give me shit for not promoting the pod.
You don't promote it. That's why we're at 59 subscribers on YouTube. I said that quick just so nobody could hear that. We'll get into Notre Dame. Go ahead. We'll get into Notre Dame first, and then we'll do
two
the
more
other thing.
notes. So McCool finished with 10 saves and 59%. So good game from Jimmy overall.
Oh, that was the one. The one goal that he let in. That was one of the other notes I had. It was the one that he thought he had saved, and then it trickles in. I was like, all right. You know what? He had it. It's a rebound control. We're doing the rebound control game again.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And then face-offs, Mullen finished 11 for 20, so 55%. Angelo went 2 for 4, 50%. And then my only other note is I like Jules Henningsberg. He's fine, but like he annoyed the piss out of me when I re-listened to the broadcast because like everything was like hypercritical of Syracuse.
Yeah.
Like even like Roa made the pass to Finn's first goal, and he like said, "Oh, it was a nice pass, nice shot," but like shouldn't try to force those passes because you don't know the risk
That's
reward.
great.
Like, dude, just shut up. Like,
yeah.
so it was annoying how hypercritical he was of Syracuse, and then even the way they were talking, it made it sound like Colgate was up in the game. Like,
Yeah.
the way they were like analyzing
So
stuff.
you mean to tell me you're shocked that a non-Syracuse guy is hypercritical of every Syracuse play? You're shocked? Like
I'm not shocked. It just annoyed the piss out of me, and I had to point it out.
Well, Jules is good because I was rewatching last year. And he was on the call, so maybe that's his zone. Like Colgate is his. Well, it was good. Go ahead.
I noticed that on the forums, people were complaining about how much they were talking, and I'm like, that's literally their job to do that. Like their job is to talk during the game. They just sit there silently. If you want to sit there in silence, you go to the game. Like
that happened during the Joey point. Like somebody behind me was like, "Why are they taking so long?" Because I sit right behind where the TV guy was hand raised for when they could go.
Yeah,
and he had his hand up for like 10 minutes. And
because they're freaking talking about it, you dum dum.
I know, but like this is the idiots. This is why I hate when I'm going to do this. This is why I hate when people hype up Syracuse fans like they know everything, and then they tend to ignore the littlest thing when it comes to something like that. Like they're going to replay that 6 times.
Yep.
Not only because it's a back-to-back goal, B to B, but because it's the record. Now we're going to show all the – and also another side note, I don't know whose channel it's on. I think Syracuse released it. All of Joey's points on YouTube. If you want to go watch that.
I watched it, and I started rewatching it with Max. We've gotten through 150 points so far.
But that's a good watch, honestly. If you want to make yourself cry like you're Matt.
Or like to give people some perspective on like how good of a player he actually is. Like and all the different ways he's scored and like actually beat his man and like you look at some of the guys he's matched up against, like, and that was, they talked. He's been on a couple podcasts this week to talk about that and getting drafted and stuff. And like, if you look at it, like, he's always been going up against number 1 guys, right? So like,
well, we're gonna get there because he's going against a guy who has his number.
Yeah. So like, he's getting all the top guys. He had Gavin Adler on him. He had Brett Makar on him. He had, insert name of number 1 defender from whatever program.
He's about to have Sean Light following him around all game long.
Yep. So, yeah, that's a good segue in.
We'll finish with the bracketology stuff that we talked about. Commonality opponent. I'll start there, and then we'll kind of dive in. They beat Georgetown 15-9. I don't really put any stock in that. Beat Maryland 11-8. You know who they lost to though?
Virginia.
Was there what? Yeah.
Yeah.
In Charlottesville on the grass, they beat Carolina, which is telling, and they beat Duke 10-5. They beat Carolina.
Oh, yeah, because they shut down.
Yeah. The interesting one is the game that they just played, though.
Where they barely beat Duke, yeah.
They beat Duke by 1. And that's not to act like Syracuse is great, anything like that, but just pointing it out.
If you look at their last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they've only broken 10 twice.
Yeah, I think the number, if you're Syracuse, is, I mean, it's obvious. Hold them below 10, like it's obvious. I'm not gonna act like it's not obvious. I think your money line is 8, but I'll be honest there because that's where they're. Let me pull this up here. I was gonna say I'm pulling up their stats. So,
well,
I
that's
don't
the thing.
wanna-
When you look at their stats, it's not like I typed them up, and like their leading person has 32 points.
yeah,
They're not like, I mean, there are games they've, and this is not critical of them. They are a good team, but the only time they put up 16 against Marquette, which Marquette is a terrible Big East team.
yeah.
They put 29 against Bellarmine, who's like bottom of Division 1, 15 against
Right.
Georgetown, and then from there, their next highest is 12 against Richmond, and then 11 against Maryland, and then from there it's 10 and under.
Well, you talk. Here's a great example of what you just said. I'll dumb this down even more. I'm gonna butcher this name, so you're gonna Josh Yago. I think that's how you pronounce
Josh
it.
Yago.
Leading point guy for them.
32.
You know how many points? Yeah,
20
and, like,
goals
we're
and 12 assists.
we're just talking about how many goals Finn has, or
Yeah,
Leo,
he has 30 goals. Finn has 30
Right.
goals on the season.
and Josh gets drafted in the PLL. I know why he got drafted. I'm not dumb. It's not like a discredit to him, but like
Oh, he's
This
their best
isn't-
player by far, for sure.
this isn't the Notre Dame of old where they had the Kavanaughs and they could run it.
Yep.
This is we're gonna beat you down. We're gonna schedule 5 games a year, and we're gonna hope that we play.
Their
6-5.
offense is very much a by committee offense,
Yeah,
right? Like they've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let me look at the overall stats.
it's kind of funny when you look at the points when it drops down. Honestly,
Yeah, like the first 4 or 5 guys are right around 20 points and up. Like
yep.
two
And then
guys
it-
with
then there's-
17,
then there's a-
20, and there's a drop
the
off.
dra-
Yep.
and then it drops like
Yeah.
crazy. But like a lot of guys have 3 points. A lot of guys have 2 points.
So they got guys who can contribute everywhere.
Yeah,
in some way, shape, or form, right? Like, and the big thing is they're a defensive team, right? Like,
yeah,
so it's led by Light, and then you got Will Donovan as their LSM who just got drafted.
yep.
So he's going to be a PLL LSM. Like, he's a great defender. He's got, let's see. I had this written down, and I don't know if I read it wrong. He's got.
I'm looking. What do you look at? What number do you want?
He's got 11 caused turnovers and 32 ground balls.
Yep. He does have
So-
4 turnovers. I'm going to nitpick there. He does have 4 turnovers. Sorry,
But
I had
and
to
like
pull that
Sean
one.
Light is like, he gets his flowers, but he's a similar type of defender to Riley.
Yep.
Where he's just cover you, shut you down. You're not going to beat him 1-on-1. You know, he's not the guy running up the field to score the goals.
Mhm.
Yeah, if we play
Well-
and have the same game plan as last year when they came to the Dome, where we moved Joey off ball and let him
Yeah.
get his chances.
Yeah.
That way, we should be fine. You
Yep.
know, like it's just a
And-
matter of playing that way.
Right.
Because if Joey
Well,
tries to beat him 1-on-1, I don't know how successful Joey's going to be because he's a lot bigger than him. He's going to be Sean's. gonna be
Yeah. Yeah, and that you will make the Syracuse fan pages very happy. The other note that I had is obviously their face-off. Like they run a 2-man rotation. It looks like just from everything I'm looking at.
Yeah, and
Um,
Spano's their main guy, and he's been like lighting
50.
it up lately.
Yeah, but the crazy part is he's lighting it up. But do you see his numbers? Like it's not anything crazy.
Yeah, he's like 59%.
He's 76 for 128.
Yeah, it's 59%. The
And
thing that stands out the most to me is the North Carolina game because he did very well against Wambach.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and then Diaz, I'm gonna butcher this name too. Diaz Matos. I think that's how
mhm,
50 for 92. That's their backup.
yeah.
So The issue, and
Yeah,
this
he beat
this
out
reared
Wamba.
its head. The issue isn't beating it clean, right? We know Johnny wins it clean, and Wambach did this. The issue is mucking it up on the wings.
Yeah,
And
our wings need to step it up.
I'm gonna throw a name out there, and I'm gonna nitpick. I'm gonna go. This guy actually made a good point behind me. There's a name I want to see on the wing that hasn't been on the wing all year. Who's a defensive midfielder? Who do you think it is?
Not right.
Short stick, obviously. Matt, no offense.
Yeah.
There's three. What's that?
Oh, like of our guys who play?
Yes.
Dante.
Yep.
Yep.
The physicality of Dante. That's what was expressed.
Jaden would be great too.
I want to see one of them. I think, and this isn't, I think you're starting to see McCarthy get burned out.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, like, on the defensive end, he's out there. And every time he's out there on the defensive end. And then
I saw someone mention give Matt McEntee some run on the wings for the faceoffs. Because he's also a bigger, more physical guy too. Like, and he's fast.
Right.
Like, I love that idea.
They have to do something. Because you can see, and it's not McCarthy criticism. He's just gassed. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
He is just, his legs aren't meant for this. Not this year.
Yeah.
The other thing I saw, and I'm wondering how Notre Dame's going to approach this, is putting short six on attackman. I don't know if you noticed that, but Colgate pulled the whole midfield. And
well, that was another reason why I think they were a little bit more successful
down
on
low.
The face-offs too.
Yeah,
was they were double pulling the face-off. Colgate was.
Yep. And the refs may have given Johnny a late whistle 75 times, but I'm not going to debate that. But like it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, Sean Light. I'm curious who Will Donovan's going to guard. That's another one I'm curious of because, like, if Gary comes out, we'll say the same starting lineup against Colgate. We'll just say that. I wonder if it's Bear.
Probably
out of those three, like you take Bear away and you hope that McCarthy doesn't do it. Like, because I don't. This is gonna sound like criticism. I don't think you necessarily need to pull on Roa. Yeah. Because what Roa does, he doesn't drive. He shoots. He doesn't drive. It's rare.
Yeah, I think the other big thing with Notre Dame is Rich Yardelli is having a great season.
Yeah, we're not gonna shout him out. Just kidding.
He's probably going to be first team All ACC for goalie.
Yeah.
When you look at his stats, he was 50% against Virginia, but then literally North Carolina, he was 76%, and against Duke, he was 73%, almost 74%. Right. So, barring a meltdown against us, which I hope he has.
I mean, let's Matt, you said that, not me. Go ahead.
He's in line to be goalie of the year for the conference, and that's not anything against Jimmy. That's just
no. I think the other thing to note, and just looking at their roster, a lot of their guys that are getting run are young guys. So this is a very young team. Yeah. Like Faison's brother is a freshman, and he's playing minutes now, and it's just interesting to note that this isn't the senior laden team. Like obviously Josh is, I'll just say his first name because I'm going to butcher that name 75 more times. Yeah, he's that your two out of the four top getters are seniors, but other than that are underclassmen. So late here.
Yep.
We'll do. All right, Matt. I'm going to put your feet to the fire. We're going to get one of these right. We said a shootout. I'll go 10-7. I'll say 10-7. This is a gutted out game for them.
I'm going to say 13-9.
Okay. We have the same brain. Like, I think it's a gutted out. I don't think this is a run game. Like,
yeah,
they are going to slow this down as much as possible. My rant for this, and I just thought of this. If you want to grow the game, put this on national TV where people don't have to pay.
Yeah.
I don't know how you want. No. There are a lot of fans who have it. They did the same thing to Richmond and Notre Dame. This is where I need a network. I don't care if it's national TV. I don't care if it's Corrigan Sports. I do care if it's Corrigan Sports because I hate them. But like, I need somebody to broadcast this that's more affordable than the ACC Network Extra. That's how I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into the thing you wanted to talk about now that you weren't? Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. I think we're good on everything else.
So they revealed the top 10 during the Notre Dame Duke game, and then subsequently have released their Inside Lacrosse's released version 2 of the bracket, which you can see on the screen now. So top 10 from NCAA over the weekend. Cuse is at 4, which we're still sitting there. So this was Bracketology version 2 based on what's where we're currently at. Obviously, this is all going to change as we get through conference play and end of the season and stuff. I don't love this draw.
Yeah,
it's a terrible draw. Like,
you know what? I blame Syracuse fans because we've been hearing all year we avoided Army. It's all I've been hearing from a lot of people, and I have this gut feeling. Oh, I don't want to do this. I'm not gonna do it.
Army's not as strong of a team as they have been in the past couple years.
However,
they're a team kind of like a Colgate, kind of like Cornell.
They will muck it up.
Another New York school that like they bring their A game every time they come to the Dome. And they've ruined our playoff hopes before. You know, like, so that just like really doesn't sit well with me. But on the flip side,
go ahead.
On the flip side, I wouldn't want to be on the other side with North Carolina and Princeton either. You know, like because like then if you look at this, you're setting up a second round game against Richmond or Maryland, which Maryland has typically had our number, even though we beat them this year. And then Richmond is a very tough team to play. So, I mean, I don't think with the way that the landscape is this year, I don't think there's an easy road anyways. But even like Notre Dame, look at a Cornell or Penn State second round game. Like, like there's no easy games there anywhere.
Well, and then you possibly get Syracuse in the quarters. Like, so you're possibly obviously like all.
And this is where this Saturday has huge implications for all of this. Like it's a big deal. Like my buddy from my hometown was messaging me. He goes, "Do you think this game really matters? Because we're already in the tournament."
1,000%.
I said, yeah, because this can, you know, we win this and then we do relatively well in the ACC tournament. Well, then maybe we move up to a 2, 3 through 1 seed, depending on how well, you know.
I said to somebody, Mike, he's probably still watching. I can't tell because YouTube is being funny. I think I said to Mike, a win against Notre Dame, which obviously is the number 1 team, and then
that gives us a top 5 win.
1 win in the ACC tournament, and probably a 3 seed, probably.
And some of that depends on, you know, like what happens with Princeton.
We need, we need chaos everywhere routes. That's what we really honestly need. Like if we want to move up.
Like we need Hopkins or Maryland to win the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Because those are two teams we beat, right? We need Harvard or Princeton to win the Ivies because that helps us because then it's not a bad loss, right? Like, and it doesn't lower their stock, right? Like we need Virginia to do
go nuts.
Well. Yeah, like not win the ACCs because we might have to play them, but like win another game in the ACC tournament. Like the other funny thing is Duke is officially too.
Yeah. I think the thing to important note here, although this is not final, we've seen what the NCAA likes to do for travel in the first round.
Yep.
Well, that's why
short of us being a 1 or 2, like I think if we're anywhere 3 through 8, I think Army's coming to us potentially because of the travel.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I know, which is gonna. I want Army to be
if they win the Patriot though too, right? Like everybody thought last year they were going to win the Patriot, and then they blew it, right? So
we need a spoiler for the Patriot. If we don't want to face Army, we need a spoiler for the Patriot. That's the other thing. Like, we need somebody to come out of nowhere. I want Army to be in. I don't want to face them. That's how I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I mean,
the big thing too is we win Saturday, then I think we're at least second in ACC.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it depends on the Duke North Carolina game too, because then if they beat Duke and we beat North Carolina, or then we beat Notre Dame, then I think North Carolina gets the 1 seed, we get the 2 seed because of head-to-head.
Listen,
and then
go ahead.
And then Notre Dame and UVA get 3 and 4, which I would assume that then Notre Dame would be 4 because of the head-to-head with UVA. But if we beat Notre Dame and North Carolina loses, then there's a 3-way tie for second. We're the 1 seed. Yep.
There's nothing. This is what you tied it in perfectly there. There's nothing I want more than Duke to cause chaos now. I just want them to cause chaos for everybody. Like,
yep.
Just beat Carolina. That's your Super Bowl. Go out, win that.
That's the thing is they have nothing to lose now, right? Like just have a good last game, right? Like I'd love to see them beat North Carolina.
Oh, there's nothing greater than just shut up all the North Carolina fans and Petro than to do that.
Yep. So a lot of stuff at stake this weekend.
Is there any surprises looking back for the top 1 through 8 that you see here?
Like in terms of from the beginning of the year to now?
Yeah.
I didn't think Hopkins was going to do as well in the Big Ten. I
mean, obviously they were national championships last year, but I didn't think Cornell without CJ would do what they're doing too. Like, they're and
you know who's sneaky who might. You know who's sneaky who might make it in depending on how they finish out their last game in league play is Yale. Yale's on a heater right now.
Don't do this.
They're a scary team to play right now too because they're playing really well.
Well, like, so if we go through the top 8, right? Like just quick.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is Notre Dame. They schedule 5 games a year. I'm so sick of hearing them talk about how tough their schedule is when they play half the games. Their coach is smart. That's my one thing I'll say about him. He's very smart for that. Princeton is Princeton. They got Palumbo, who was featured on Stick Talk. They did a good shot with him doing a good. Like he's going to be there. You see, Brian, I do watch. But like he's like I mean, Carolina's Carolina. Like I thought Carolina would be good, to be honest. So it's not like a shock that they're. My
of
only
the top,
Go
top,
ahead.
like the seeded and like not counting the playing games. So like
Right.
the 6 or whatever it would be, 14 that are there. I see 12 teams there that could potentially win the national championship.
Okay.
I'm-
Now name me the ones that can't. I'll put you.
I don't think Towson could, and I don't think Army can.
Okay.
But I think any one of those other teams could.
Yeah.
That's how wide.
Because
open this is.
like Harvard gets on a run, and then we have, obviously, like we've
Harvard
done
only
the
lost
Harvard.
to Princeton by 1 goal.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. We've done the Harvard dance so many times. I don't want to do the Harvard dance in the quarters or anything like that.
Georgetown's
Somehow, if
good
we,
enough to go on a run, like
yeah,
it's gonna be.
I mean, UVA is a great example too. If UVA gets hot, they can.
Yeah. If
McCabe Millen doesn't get shut down by Riley Figueres, we're having a whole different discussion. Let's just call it a spade. I think that's all I got. I think.
Yeah. Noon on Saturday, folks. Tune in.
Go Orange.
Go Orange.